mini lovers. Today I'm doing another little project for the witch's cupboard. Today I'm trying to make what looks like a cape or a jacket or coat hanging on a hook. Now I saw a couple of examples at the dollhouse show in St. Louis. So what I have is just this piece of black material. It's just from the Dollar Tree, just a solid black. Some Elmer's school glue, some water, a bowl, and paper towels, because I predict that this is going to kind of be a mess. So, not sure it's going to work, but we're going to try. And if you're seeing this video, then I'm happy with the results. Anyway, I took a piece of cardboard because this is what I'm going to be putting the fabric on just temporarily. And I made like a rough size of how I want it to be for the, and I kind of want it to look like a cape or a coat hanging on a hook. So as Fettuccine is demonstrating. So there we go. So what I'm going to do is I've cut this to roughly that size. I'm not sure if I should, I'm going to try it first maybe with a smaller piece, but I kind of wanted it to have like a, excuse me, don't tip the tripod over. Kind of like a hang with some ratty edges on it. You can't even see that. This fabric happened to have an irregular kind of tattered type of edge. So I don't know, maybe I should make it shorter. Let's try that. I'm going to use a long piece because I want it to have a lot of drape, but I'm going to, I think I'm going to trim that down a little bit. So let me do that. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've roughly cut it in half. So I'll have two pieces I can play with, and then I can choose at the end. So this one is the piece with the tattered edge. I'm going to use that one first. And I'm going to, like I said, this is going to get messy. And I'm just doing this. I have no clue. I didn't see this anywhere. But I did see a finished product at the dollhouse show. But I don't know how they did it. So really basically right now, I'm going to take this toothbrush that I have here and stir this up and kind of make like a thinned out glue. I'm hoping that it dries okay. Again, I really don't know. So it's kind of thin. You can see it's kind of watery. I'm going to clean as I go. No kitties in the glue. And I'm just going to take this. I'm going to get messy, I'm sure. And I'm just going to squish it in. So both sides kind of gluey. Take some of the excess off. And I'm going to kind of lay it down. I do want it to, eventually I'm going to make like one of those little peg hook things. I'll just lay it down. Again, I'm going to do two of them because I might as well. I got the glue out, and this way I can pick which one I like the best. It's going to take a while to dry, I'm sure. So I'd like to figure out how to get a little more wrinkles in there. Let's see. Maybe if I used it from the corner here, I might be able to get, instead of hanging it this way and doing it from the corner. Although I think that's going to be possibly too long. It's going to be a little longer than I wanted, but I could probably trim it down if it comes out nice. Let's see. So far I'm liking, I think, the way the tattered one looks a little bit better. This is much longer that way, and they were roughly the same size piece. I got some time, so I can move stuff around a little bit. Maybe make an extra wrinkle up here. Kitty's ripping paper towels. I know, it's so fun, but again, gonna take a long time to dry, so I've got some time to play with it. Just this one little piece. I might just have to trim that off when it dries. I kind of like the way this would be really nice for like setting a curtain. I don't know if you could see how that little squiggly looks. There, so I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to start working on the little pegboard type of hook. Maybe I'll spread out these little fringes at the bottom. Get a little extra glue off. I won't probably, as it's drying, I might lift it off of the board. Probably should have used like some wax paper or something. But as it's drying and it's more set in its position, I'll probably rip up the fabric and see. So it's still a little, while it's pliable, I'm going to play with it a little. Okay, so I've taken out this big pack of balsa wood. I have a bunch of wood scraps and everything, but I bought this quite a while ago. Let's see what we've got to use. This is a nice assortment if you are into making minis, of thicknesses, but this is balsa wood, so this is not as hard as you would think. All right, I got lots of pieces here, and I think I'm going to use that for something. Of course, always getting them back in is not as easy. I think I might use this piece. This is kind of cool looking. That's a good thickness. Okay. Put that away. Now, just wiped off the glue from the cape. And of course it's still wet. Hold on, I gotta dry this. Okay, so I got the box out. And I'm not sure where I'm gonna put it, but it really doesn't have to be very large. Should probably be maybe, I don't know, roughly that big. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it on the side of the cabinet or on this side. I was toying with some kind of window here, but I think I can't do that much. All right, so I am going to give myself a little sketch of what I'm interested in here. And then I'm going to try and, this is just something rough, you know, nothing is fancy in this old ancient witch's house. So, just going to do it by eye. Wonky is okay in my eyes, for this project anyway. Now, balsa is really soft. If you've never worked with balsa, it is very, very soft. It's almost foam-like. It's so like spongy. So you can actually shape it, make it, give it a little bevel. I don't know if you can see that. Giving it like a little bit of a bevel. And it comes out pretty cool. The only thing is, so you can make an impression with your fingernail. Now, I don't have long nails. They're not that long, but it almost, well, that's why people carve things with this, because it's very soft. So there, that's it. Basically, that's going to be, of course, we'll color it and stain it. I need to put this piece of wood back somewhere. I am also going to make some kind of, like, just basic wood. Maybe I should just do that with the balsa too. Let's see. I happen to have enough. You know what? Why not? Let's do that. I got to make sure that the door is able to close. And I made an impression with my fingernail. So I'm just going by eye. Oh my goodness. Oh, lost my blade. I cannot find, maybe I'm just too rough on them. I cannot find an X-Acto that, or any kind of cutting blade that really stays in. Okay, hopefully, I just had to clear some space on my phone to film. So this is going to be the board. Of course, we'll stain it and I'll rough it up a little bit. I'm just going to move on to the little peggy board thing. I've got these two little, they're not toothpicks and they're not balsa wood. They're a little harder than that. Got my easy cutter. I'm just doing this by eye. Again, the rougher this stuff looks, the happier I'm going to be. Oops. Just cut it in here so it doesn't go flying. Let's pick the best one. Best couple. There's going to be a couple, I'm sure. All right. Now, I wonder if I can, yep. Probably can just push them in there. I'm going to have to glue it, of course, but I don't know if I like the way that looks. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay. So I'm going to just get these guys in there. Sorry if you can't see it that great. My big old hand's in the way. I think they have to be a little shorter. I'm going to trim those a little shorter. Maybe make just a third. Right in the center. Yeah. So I'm just going to shorten these up. I'm going to glue them in and then we'll start staining it. Okay, so it's all glued. It just has to dry. I'm just cleaning up the extra glue that kind of oozed out the side. Probably be easier to see this once it's a little darker. I don't know why it doesn't want to focus. It's just simple. I mean, it's just a simple little hooky thing, but it's something that will add I don't know, interest and a little more detail to what we're doing here, what I'm doing. And yeah, so I'm just going to wait for that to dry before I paint it, and we'll stain this. And if you're seeing this video and this looks a little different, it's because I'm working on this simultaneously, and right now the paint is drying. So I'm in between stages, so I'm trying to make 2 videos out of one day, because I want to get this done before Halloween, and it's fast approaching. Halloween is, gosh, next Monday. So yeah, so next weekend will be the last video for this, and it'll probably be just assembling everything, putting it all together, and seeing the final project. What I may do is do some little short videos during the week to kind of catch up, because this days of drying and working, of course, going to work and stuff, really slowed me down. But there, I'm going to just give this a chance to dry, and then we'll come back and paint it. Okay, so these have finally dried. I wanted to show you them because I really thought I would like this one better. This is the shorter one that had the little fringes on it. And by the way, I know that's really bright. Let me take that out of the way. This is just that cardboard. I ended up covering it with tinfoil. Definitely don't put it on cardboard, because you get this. Even though I kept picking it up and making sure it wasn't sticking, it stuck anyway. So this is one of them. And this is the longer version. I love the way this drape came out. See, it's still got a little cardboard there, but I figured I can always paint that with some black paint and you'll never see it. But anyway, this looks more like a hanging cape or garment. So what I'm going to do is try and figure out, I need to trim it because it's definitely too long. Just a little, not terribly. But I really thought that this length was a better length. So I am going to just try and trim off the top a little, because it is not as hard. Plus I want to keep this little drape at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is find a scissor. Oh, and this is the little hooks that I made to hang it on. And this is the piece of molding. Sorry, I think it wants to focus on my coffee, on the face of my coffee. That's hot. You can't have it. So there's that. I think I'm going to add a little black to this. And then what I did was I just took a really thin piece of balsa wood and I painted it for the ceiling. I didn't show this because I thought of it kind of last minute. I said, oh, I don't have a ceiling. So it is cracked. At first I cut it into different pieces. But then I decided to just give it a wood look, like a darker wood look. So that'll all get glued on together and it'll be just fine. So how to fix this? Now, it's funny because I've been looking at literally stuff hanging on a hook. Trying to see like how it would drape, and it would drape closer together if it was like a thin cape than this. So I took a little bit off. I might take a little more off the top. Yeah, I think so. I think a little bit more. Now it's got to go a little bit further down. Okay. So then I would just, I'm not sure where I'm going to hang it yet. I don't know if I'm going to hang it on the front cover or inside next to the cabinet. So I'm not going to glue it. You know what? I really want you to see this kind of up close. Fettuccine. Sorry, buddy. So it's going to look like that. I think I'll snip, there's a little string. Let me snip that little string. Frayed is okay, but just sort of weird, a weird position. So yeah. So now when we put it all together, I'll sort of mold it to that hook. And it'll look just like it's hanging there. Kind of like that. I like it. All right. So when we do go and assemble the entire cupboard and everything, we'll see where we're going to put that and where I'm going to put that. Unless you guys have an idea, leave it in the comments down below. And that's about it. So we will assemble this all in the next couple of videos. I just wanted you to see how this turned out. And I really like it. And it's a fun little little trick. And you could probably do this with curtains and all kinds of things. In fact, I was going to do a window and I bought some creepy cloth. I thought that would be cool to like use some glue and make it like kind of hard and make it drapey like that. Alright guys, so if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and I will see you in the next one.